Hello, future Year 12s, and welcome to the induction video that we prepared for you for drama. My name is Miss Kirby, and I'm the head of drama, and I absolutely love my job here at St. John's. In my team, we've also got Miss Pigeon, who is our lead teacher for the upper school within our drama department, and we're going to guide you through a video here where we've shared a PowerPoint. So if Miss Pigeon, if you could project that for us, that'd be great.
Okay, so let me just turn off the incoming video and I'll share my screen. Okay, so it's the course is called BTEC Level 3 National Extended Certificate in Performance. And Miss Kirby is just going to talk a little bit about our facilities and kind of give you an overview of our drama department at St. John's.
For those of you that are new to St. John's, we're really pleased to welcome you. And also, I can't wait to show you our fantastic facilities. We've got a beautiful theatre called Theatre on the Hill. It has 350 seats. It's tiered, it's fantastic, and it's really kitted out well with wireless microphones, moving lights, smoke machines, hazers, you name it, we've pretty much got it. We've also got a beautiful outdoor amphitheatre, which is stunning, and it's set in the lower part of the school, and it's really, really fantastic. We often use that for our summer productions. We also have 2 purpose-built air-conditioned drama studios that are kitted out really well as well. So because of we've done so many productions and I'm a bit of a hoarder, we've got loads of great resources for you guys to use at your leisure and for your creativity. We also have great enrichment. I run a theatre trip to New York every 2 years. We've also done a residential trip, which we enjoyed last year. We took the sixth form students to see Frantic Assembly's production in Plymouth. That was a really fun weekend. We also do lots of termly trips. So we look for all of the contemporary current productions that we know are going to help you guys with your coursework. We are often, we generally do that at least every term, if not sometimes twice. We also put on a massive musical theatre production every year, and also a secondary play. Those are open to most of the year groups within the school. We have talent nights, festivals, lots of productions within the school, and also our coursework performance nights. So we're really active here at St. John's, and there'll be lots of enrichment opportunities for you to go along with the course. Over to you, Miss Pigeon.
Okay, hi everyone. So I'm just going to go through what the course will look like for you. So basically we do 4 units of work. Okay, so Unit 1, investigating practitioners' work. Unit 2, developing skills and techniques for live performance, which is Miss Kirby's unit. And then we have Unit 3, a group performance workshop, and Unit 19, where we explore various acting styles. So in Year 12, what you'll do when you come in September to October is a nice introduction to BTEC Level 3. So, most of you would have done drama before, perhaps at GCSE, or you may have studied the BTEC here at St. John's last year. It is with the same exam board, so it's still with coursework. But basically it's a big step up. So we learn all about new practitioners, we do lots of different workshops, and we build those acting techniques and really kind of set the tone for what the course is going to look like and our expectations and, the styles and everything that you're going to learn. So Term 2, you'll then take part in the Unit 3 group performance workshop. This is a mock only, okay? So Unit 3 would normally be studied in Year 13 as the exam, and that's an external exam. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but we're going to start off with a mock for that one. And this is where you'll be devising group performances. There will be a live performance with an audience, and you'll be writing up some milestones, which are basically short reflections kind of alongside your development of that group performance. Okay, so I'll be showing you some pictures throughout this PowerPoint as well of just some previous year groups who have just done this. So this year we had a stimulus that we gave to the students, and this is just a picture of them all sat down working really hard, looking at that stimulus. They then pulled all of their ideas together and they created, I think it was about 15 minutes long in the end, a big performance that they performed in front of their parents, and that was, I think, November or December time, and it was fantastic. They really pulled together all of their work on the different workshops. They really pulled together their ideas and, you know, and kind of added lots of different styles to that. I think Miss Kirby will agree that that was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it, Miss?
Yeah, it was one of the best sixth form projects we've had. So we're really building up the skill set quite well with our older students.
Yeah, absolutely. They really incorporated, they had physical theatre in there as well, and they incorporated theatre of cruelty. They had some Brecht in there. So there was a range of techniques that they used, and they definitely showed a step up. I think they felt that it was definitely a step up from year 11 anyway. Throughout that process as well, there are student-led workshops where I will be asking you to go away and learn about a different style, and then you'll bring that in, and instead of me just doing workshops for you or Miss Kirby doing those workshops for you, you'll be doing your own workshops with the group. It's not as scary as it sounds. It is a lot of fun, and it just gives you the some independence in your own learning, really. So after Christmas, we are in term 3. From term 3 to term 5, you'll be starting official coursework, and that's unit 19, and that's called acting styles. We split that into those 3 terms. So you will learn 3 different acting styles across, you know, each term. So naturalism will be the first one that you look at, and that's January to February. And then February to April, you'll be learning all about physical theatre, and that tends to be with Frantic Assembly, a really fantastic theatre group that, you know, we've watched quite a few of their shows. And then we have April to May, which is your part 3, and that's your chosen style. So within those terms, you will do official pieces of coursework where you will do lots of research into those different practitioners. We'll do 3 workshops at least per practitioner, where it will be a teacher-led workshop. It will be myself or Miss Kirby, and you will be just learning different techniques for those styles. I'll show you some pictures of those in just a second. For your chosen style as well, this is the time where you really get your teeth into, again, some more independent work. And this is where we see the most creativity from our students. I think you would agree with me there, Miss.
Yes.
The students really think, well, I love musical theatre, so I'm going to go away and do, you know, Sondheim, and I'm going to go and pick this production and learn all about that production. And it's very much your time at this point. It will follow the same kind of coursework pattern. So it will be, you know, you going away and doing your research, and you'll do some writing to go alongside. You will do your own workshops, which obviously you would have had a taster for in term 1 and 2. But then you'll have your live performance as well, and those live performances will be in front of an audience, and that will be just a small audience of just close family and friends, really, just to keep it kind of on the down low a little bit and not too much pressure. But there will be 3 performances across that time. Throughout that time, you'll be learning about unit 2 as well, which is Miss Kirby's unit. That will be the first part of unit 2. You'll start there with your skills audit, and that's basically a reflection of your skills, and that will kind of take you from term 3 to term 5. Miss Kirby, did you want to just quickly give some general kind of description of your skills audit in unit 2?
Sure. It's basically a record of how you have set yourself 3 goals over the course, and how you monitor the progress of you getting better in those 3 different areas. So it's about being reflective, but also looking at setting SMART goals and working towards those goals to become a better actor.
Okay, brilliant.
And recording that and being, and getting better throughout the year, or 2 years, really.
So the whole idea, you'll pretty much start that in January, won't you, Miss? And then you'll do the first 2 parts, and then you'd have got kind of halfway through, really, that halfway point around April to May time in that term 5. So then we'll move on. Actually, let me just show you a couple of those workshops. So like I said before, for both myself and Miss Kirby's units, you need to do a range of different workshops. So you'll do at least 9 workshops from January to May time. And this is where we teach you the fundamental techniques and the skills for the different styles that you're going to be learning about, so that you can then apply them in your own performances. So you can see here, this is a frantic assembly technique. And they are doing the technique called learning to fly. We've actually had lots of our students do this before. I think we were probably a little bit worried about doing this at the beginning, weren't we, Miss? But our students are always super responsible, super careful, and there are, everybody tends to really focus during these workshops. So you can see just some of our students doing that workshop there. There's also a workshop called chair duets, which some of you may have come across before. So some of you may have come across this at Key Stage 4. This is completely different ball game now. As you can see, I've just snipped some different pictures in there for you. It's not just about being sat down with another person for this chair duet if you have done it before. It's all about being super creative. So you can see here, there are 6 of these students all working off these 2 chairs. So again, it's all about that step up from Key Stage 4 to Key Stage 5. You can see here, then you will have the option to then apply those techniques in your own performances, as you can see. So there we go, we have learning to fly. You can see there's only 3 of them now doing that technique because they've mastered it by this point. Again, we've got the chair duets down here, we've got chair duets up there as well, and just the use of symbolic movements, as you can see here, using the rostra, all based on the workshops that they took part of. So, like I said before, the third style that you'll be performing in is something that you choose, which we have seen a big variety, I think, Miss. I think especially the theatre of cruelty down here. But we've had some people choosing Shakespeare, we've got musical theatre, and we have Arto and theatre of cruelty. So this is not blood. This is it was a, what was it, Miss, that you bought? It was like a prop that we used.
Yeah, they tried a few different things to get the correct effect, but they ended up going, because I think they were eating it. They needed corn syrup.
Yeah, I think it was something.
Big dye, but then they didn't test it on their hands. It tasted okay, but yeah, it was interesting. But we definitely encourage creativity.
Absolutely. This was spaghetti as well with food dye. I mean, it was really brilliant, but they really got their teeth into it. It was something that they wanted to do. We will always guide them throughout the process and make sure that they're picking the right plays to study alongside. But they will say that it was a great thing for them to do, and they loved being able to get their teeth into something new and unique. Okay, let me just move on.
Literally.
What's that? Yeah, absolutely.
They got the teeth into it,
yeah. yeah, absolutely. So term 6, towards the end of the year, there will be time for you to be resubmitting some coursework and kind of just tying up some loose ends with coursework and things like that. But you will be starting your Unit 1 preparation, and this is the teaching and learning period between June and July. Unit 1 is the exam that you will do in January of your Year 13 year, and it's a 3-hour-long exam. It sounds scary, but it's not as scary as it sounds. It is marked by the exam board, but you are allowed to take in, I think it's 4 sides of A4 notes. It's a huge amount of notes, lots of notes for you to take in, and if you prepare well for it, you'll be absolutely fine. And everything that we learn about throughout this course all guides you towards that time and towards that exam, because it's all about investigating the work of practitioners, which I'm hoping you can see is similar to bits and pieces that we're learning about in your coursework. So during this time, there will be practical exploration. There always is, alongside the written work. So we will, do some additional workshops for new practitioners that you want to learn about. We'll be sat down, kind of analysing live performance. We have various resources that we can use. So we're lucky enough to have access to Digital Theatre Plus this year as well, which, I mean, Miss Kirby, how many plays are on there and how many resources?
Thousands of resources. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's nuts. So alongside what Miss Kirby was saying earlier about being able to go and watch these live performances, you will also have access to watch them on Digital Theatre Plus at home as well. And this will kind of be key in your researching of those practitioners. I've just dropped in a couple of snippets there. So I will go through those again in just a second, but this is basically the digital platform that we use when we are doing our coursework and our note taking. So moving into year 13, like I said before, we will be learning all about Unit 1. Okay, so you'll go away over the summer and you'll be doing more and more on preparation for that exam. There will be teaching and learning again from September to November, but again, there's a huge amount of practical exploration. We try to make it as fun as we possibly can, and learning about practitioners, obviously we have to do the research to do that, but the best way to get your teeth into something is to practically explore as well, and we have a huge amount of practical exploration. We'll then move into terms 2 and 3, November to January, and then January will be when you do that exam. Your part B of that exam, it sounds a bit bizarre, part B is released before part A, and that is it giving you the theme for that exam. So there will be some sort of quotation or a motto that you will have to then use as inspiration for when you're going to find out about the different practitioners. Okay, and then the part A exam is January 2022. So you have lots of time to prepare for this. Around this time as well, you have that last part of your Unit 2. I've put part C here for your skills audit, but there's also an additional element to that, and that's an additional PowerPoint. Miss Kirby, did you want to just quickly speak about the role of the performer PowerPoint?
Sure. We give you a template, but basically you are going to be researching what it's like to be a variety of performers in the industry. So it's a real practical task in that you're looking at 3 different types of performers. You research into the education you need or the training that you need, or different routes into the industry, what the implications are for your lifestyle if you make these choices, and researching into perhaps 3 different case studies at the end of different actors that you've wanted to kind of find out about. So it's a really good overview of what it's like to be what the role of a performer means in the industry today.
Yeah.
And we ask you to do a fun video presenting it. It needs to be about 15 minutes long in length, and we ask you to do it in role as a character. So it makes actually a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen some really bizarre ones, and the funnier the better with those ones as well. If you can really get into that character, it is a lot of fun. And I think that part of the unit is probably one of the most important out of the whole course, because it really shows to you where you can go after year 12 and 13, and if you want to go into the industry, how you can do that, and it gives you that insight into that, because there will be some of you that really want to go away and keep going and keep learning about drama. So I think it's very important. So then we have term 3 and then terms 4 to 5. Okay, and this is all around Unit 3 in your group performance workshop. Like I showed you the pictures earlier, it's a devising workshop piece based on a stimulus. It is the external exam, so it's marked by the exam board, whereas all of the other coursework is marked kind of in-house and internally. You will do a short, about 15-minute, depending on the group size, a short performance which will be sent off to the exam board, and it's your own devised piece where you're working in a group, you're given a stimulus, and you have to create your own scene around that stimulus. So basically the Unit 1, 2 and Unit 19 will all be building into this point. Okay, so this is all about being creative. You would have learned the skills for devising, which we'll do here, and obviously you had your mock as well in Year 12, and you will be kind of pulling together all those different styles and thinking, okay, I loved the theatre of cruelty that I did there, and I love the physical aspect I did here in this coursework. So let's pull that together and really create something unique as a group. Throughout that process, you'll be doing milestones 1, 2, 3 and 4, which is written analysis. Again, that goes to the exam board. It's only 800 words. It's not very long for each one. And you'll just be reflecting at different points of that development process and just saying, okay, so your initial ideas were blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then you'll be going, okay, this is my midpoint ideas. So obviously we'll be going through all of that with you when you start the course. but you won't find those too stressful because they're only about 800 words. And again, you can take notes into that controlled assessment with you. And that's kind of takes you to the end of the year, really, where we'll be finishing around May time. It kind of gives you that time. You would have finished your BTEC course, and then you can focus on your other exams in your other option subjects. So I spoke about this earlier as well. The digital platforms that we've started to use primarily around OneNote. So we started, when did we start using OneNote? I think you used it a couple of years ago, didn't you, Miss? But we really kind of got our teeth into it this year.
Yeah, we started 3 years ago, but we've nailed it this year with the entire course being online, really.
Yeah, so it means that you can either do this on your iPad or your laptop, or even on your phones, because you can download the OneNote app onto your phone as well. So it's a good way for us not to be sat just writing stuff in textbooks the whole time. It's very digital, it's very online, very kind of current, and it's easy for you to just be able to kind of write down your notes here and there and keep on track of when your deadlines and everything are, because everything is completely planned out. So you'll see here, I'm not going to stress you out with this, but this is the best way for you to really understand everything that you're going to be doing over the year. You will already have all of your dates that you need when you start the course in September, so you'll know when all of your little deadlines are, when your performances are, etc., etc. I find that it's the best way for you to keep on track, and that will all be on OneNote as well. We also use a content library where all of your resources are on here as well, all of the different marking criteria, for example. So this is just Unit 19. So you've got exemplars, you've got everything that you need. So some of your workshop videos, so you can reflect on your workshops. There's lots and lots for you to use on there as well. And again, we have just some more examples of how we use this and how you can then use this in your own performances, so in your own coursework, sorry, because you can just be ticking things off, and it means that myself and Miss Kirby can kind of give you lots of feedback so you know where you're at. Okay, again, some more examples there. So I'm just going to finish off just by saying just a couple of notes from these are current year 12s this year, and just a few things that they have said. So you can just see here, BTEC drama is a lot of fun. They love component 19, loved the fact that they could study a practitioner, and we have here just the amount of guidance they get, and you can explore and experiment themselves, and this particular student really liked the theatre of cruelty play. Okay, I think that was everything. I'll just stop sharing the screen and I'll just bring you back, Miss Kirby. Okay. So I think that sums everything up. Have you got anything else to say, Miss?
I guess just to follow up with the whole why we've chosen to be kind of online with our platform is the exam board really do encourage lots of videos for evidence and also photographs. So we do want you to be quite keyed up with using modern technology in the course, and it will help you in your future too. But don't worry if you're afraid of that, because we will guide you through that process as we all become more and more confident with these online and you know, the technology really. So
yeah, absolutely. It shouldn't be too difficult for you to kind of get your teeth into it. It does take, I would say it probably takes the first term or two at least to be able to do it. But we'll all be doing it together anyway, so it'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess if you have any questions about anything at all, you can either go straight to Miss Kirby or you can come straight to me. I'll be guessing we'll be giving out some sort of document alongside this so that people have all of the details, I'm going to guess.
Yeah, we can send out some emails with that documentation for sure.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you very much.